Warning, what you are about to watch is only a highlight. For the entire lesson, click the link below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
You know, you're in a house, your father is sitting there trying to make you worship idol gods. You know, you're going back and forth with your family. And he says, look, why don't you forget all this stuff? Don't even worry about Christmas. Don't worry about Easter. Don't worry about that stuff. Let's go here. Let's go to the kingdom. Let's go to the kingdom. And the scripture says he packed up and he went. That was his faith. He took action. He did something. But we all have a personal, the land. We all have a purpose, a providence, and a call on our lives that is going to qualify our faith. Just think about it. This whole book is about trying to get to where? The land. And at the end, like we already read today, Revelation chapter 22, where we're going to be at? The land. It's all about the land. This will be like the goal. Now, if you exist in this room right now today and you have no goal for existing, you don't know why you called, you don't know if you're called, you don't know if your purpose, you don't know your providence, you don't know why you exist on this earth, you're in trouble. You're in extreme trouble. That means you got saved for what? Right? We just read today that you're supposed to be a watchman on the wall. Please don't say you got saved to preach. Don't say that one. Don't say that one. Do not say you got saved to preach, because every single person is called to preach. Preach is not an office. Preach is not a title. Preach is not a position. Preach is an action. We're all called to do that. It's not gender specific. It's not age specific. It's not whether you have the ability to or not. Everyone's called to preach. That's not specific. Everyone's called to do that. So I'm like, I'm called to preach. No, you're called to do more than that. Think about it. I'm proposing to you guys today that Father is drawing you out of where you are today and challenging you to go to another level. And in doing what you're supposed to do by faith, it qualifies you to go into the land. Yeah, you can't be defiant. You have to walk in obedience to his commandments, and in walking in obedience to his commandment, it unlocks Eden, as you already said. You know, we're trying to get back to Eden. We're trying to get back to functionality. The Torah is designed to make us functional. But once I'm functional and I'm walking in life, now I'm unlocking blessings. I'm binding up curses. I'm unlocking blessings, prosperity, anointings, gifts, talents. Oh man, let me calm down. Keep reading there. They ain't gonna let me go off on fire. They ain't gonna let me go off up in here. They ain't gonna let me go off.
Verse 9.
Verse 9. So our first assignment as man was to provide and protect the woman. And then we read a text like this, and he says, I'm looking at the woman and her potential and what she could produce and how great she could be from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Yeah, that means a lot. Let it settle in. If our attitude is, when we handle her, the land, the garden, and the kingdom correctly, we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So give me it up. When we handle her, the land, the kingdom, the garden, the woman, because she's naturally designed to be a resource, not the source, but a resource. When we handle her correctly, we have delight from her. She produces delight when we handle her correctly. Of course, then Proverbs says, you know, when she's not handled correctly, find yourself a corner in the top of your house.
Go to the room, right?
And hide.
It'll be better to eat bitter herbs.
Right?
In the woods.
Right? She is the product. She's the product of what you made her.
So she's like a continuous rain of drops.
That just drops. It's like on your head, like someone do something.
Because she's going to nurture and feed our young ones.
Not so a woman builds the nation, right? The man builds the kingdom, right? The difference between the trauma that happens to us and the trauma that happens to the nations is we have that source to carry us through.
Tap into it.
Right. we have something to take us to the next level. I mean, you guys would be at work and someone just have like one bad day and they just be like, that's it. I mean, they be out for the count. Some people don't take much. So there's a firmness that we have to have towards our destiny. There's the firmness that we have to have towards our call. I remember, I used to wake up the kids every Shabbat and be like, kids, it's time to go to Shabbat. Kids, it's time to go to Shabbat. Kids, it's time to go to Shabbat. And I remember Roy just rebuked me about it. Like, you gotta stop doing that. Don't do that. So once I learned this, man is law, woman is grace, and the children are the servant, I started saying to my wife, wake up the children and get them to go to Shabbat. Because when I say, children, it's time to get up and go to Shabbat, that's just giving children law. If you give children law all the time, does anyone know what happens when you hit a child with a rod all the time? What does it produce? It produces rebellion. So watch. So if I'm always just giving my children law, it will produce rebellion. Now, grace is supposed to be the empowerment for those children to keep the law. So when I say, wife, go wake up the children so they can go to Shabbat, they don't sit there and say, well, do I have to go? Because they already know that the command came from the law. When I do it, they go to them, is mommy going? You see the disorder? When I say, hey, children, time to go to Shabbat, then they say, well, is mommy going? Because it's coming from me. When it comes from grace, when it comes from the mother, it automatically flows. It's order. That makes it function. And plus, the woman has just a great gift to be able to say it the way it needs to be said, so they're more, prone to go. I'm gonna be like, all right, let's go. It's time to go. She's gonna be like, come on, baby, get your clothes on. She's gonna empower them to do it. I don't want to go, Shabbat. It's so boring. I know, baby. I don't want to go either, but we gonna go. Not me, right? There's a difference. And so when we keep those things in order, we have a functional home. So that's the formula for a functional family. But then at the same time, you have people come up. A woman will come up and he can discern, okay, you're bound up by a covenant. And then the preacher says, I break every covenant. I break every covenant that's holding you bound. And I'm sitting there saying, well, guess what? That ain't your job. Because she's a woman. She has a headship. And whoever got her bound is lawful. Because there's a principle there. You need to have a conversation, pull her aside, say who you've been whoring with, that got your land all locked up, and get your soul back. Because you got your soul snatched. That's in my book called Soul Bondage. You can cop that on Amazon after the Shabbat. Plug in there. Got the plug. All right, so if you're not firm, what is the juxtaposition or the opposite of being firm? Try infirm. Have you ever heard the word infirmity? So if you have an infirmity, does that mean that you're healthy or does it mean that you're sick? Watch. Okay, so what we learned today is if I'm not firm about what Father is calling me to do, then I'm infirm. And if I'm infirm about the call and destiny that Father has placed in my life, then I must be in a place of sickness. And if I have sickness on me, what is the problem? Get back to the call. Oh, you just got delivered. Think about that. Your infirmity about what Father is calling. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I do believe. I don't know. Because these brothers say that. And these brothers say that. This is what produces sickness in the body. Because of what infirmity is. Indecisiveness.
This episode is brought to you by Soul Bondage, Discovering True Deliverance, a principle-based book on deliverance. Find out more at soulbondage.com. Don't just be saved, become set free.